clears that we've put on these two pieces, and they're about to get ready to get cut out, so you can see what they'll look like when they're all trimmed up. These two we put extra on, and you can see how they're self-leveling out and all the bubbles are popping out of them. Stay tuned for the next part of the video.
Alright, on this video what we're going to do is, the piece is already covered with all the epoxy. What we need to do is, we need to trim all this excess off the sides. What we're going to do that with is we're going to take this Dremel tool with a cutting bit, and we're just going to basically cut all the way around all this piece so that we will have like maybe less than a 16th or a 32nd right next to the plastic, and then we're going to take our sanding tool and we're going to sand all around it. That way you guys can kind of see what we're doing, and I'll show you what it'll look like after we cut it all out. Alright, and we've cut out the piece. We've left small, 16th all the way around. We just trimmed all the pieces out. It's a little harder in there, but we'll use the sanding disc inside there. But that's what it looks like after it's all trimmed out with the cutting wheel. And then the next step, we're going to use the sanding disc to go around and make everything look really nice. That is the sanding head we're going to use to go around on all this, and I'll show you what it'll look like once we get it all trimmed up looking nice. Alright, we trimmed everything out with this sanding disc. Looks really nice. There's still some spots like right here I need to go back and clean up. And what I'm going to do is take a sanding block and go over everything and make sure everything's really nice and perfectly straight to the edge, so that way it looks normal. Now these I'm going to have to do with a different bit. I'm going to use like a micro bit to clean up these edges and everything, but it's starting to take shape and look nice. And this is the bit we're going to use on the inner parts right here. It's just a little cutting bit. It'll get down in these cracks and crevices real good. I'll show you what that'll look like when it's all done. Alright, we have dremeled out these two holes with our micro bit right here. Looks pretty good, but we still need to sand a little bit, especially around the edges, but the piece is starting to look really nice. We're first going to go over the epoxy with 180. Then we'll probably go up to 220, 320, and then 400. We're basically just going to take it and keep the block smooth and sand everything down. That way it keeps everything all uniform and straight and gets all of the bubbles and bumps and everything out of all the epoxy to get it all flat. I'll show you what it looks like when it's all done. Just to show you what I'm talking about, here's our 180. When you see all these spots that are white, that's where it's leveling out. All the spots that still have gloss, that look like little cavities, those are the low spots. You want to get it to where the whole thing is white and uniform and no bumps. As you can see, there's just bumps. Those are all just low spots. So you want everything to be 100% straight, just so that way you guys can see what you're looking for. This is what the piece looks like after being sanded with 220, 320, and 400. I have water on it so it looks a little more glossier than what it should, but you should not see any heavy scratches at all. And then it'll be ready for the clear coat with UV inhibitors to keep the clear and the epoxy from yellowing.